Hello, this is Michael Carnes at Exponential Audio. I'm going to demonstrate the M7 Control plugin. Let's make sure we have everything we need and then we'll get started. First of all, you're going to need a Bricasti Model 7. You'll also need a hardware MIDI interface. There are many available in all price ranges. You may already have one. Let's assume you've already connected the M7 to the audio paths of your computer. Let's make the MIDI connections. The MIDI out from your interface goes to the MIDI in of the M7. You can optionally connect the MIDI out from the M7 to the MIDI in of your interface. This isn't required, but it will allow you to transfer user presets from the M7 to your computer. Now that we're connected, let's dig in. We'll take a very quick trip into the Mac. This should help to clarify your setup. We're now in the Audio MIDI Setup utility that comes in OS X. The MIDI page shows me what I have in my system. You'll see I have two hardware MIDI interfaces. The first is a Motu fast lane. The second is a generic USB interface that costs about $5. Now I'm going to create a device and connect it to show how the actual MIDI cables are connected. I'm going to connect to the fast lane. First, I'll drag a virtual cable from the device input to a MIDI out port. Then I'll connect the output cable. That's all I have to do to show the physical connection. I'd like to change the graphic since the M7 isn't a keyboard. So I'll choose one of the built-in graphics. You can import your own graphic if you wish. Now I'm going to name it. That's it. What I've really done is to name the MIDI port. The device will show up as Studio M7 rather than the name of the hardware port, as it appears in Windows. It doesn't affect performance at all, but it makes it easier to work with. Now let's take a look at M7 Control in action. You'll see that I've set up a very simple session. I have a guitar track and an aux channel. On the guitar track, I have a send, which takes the guitar signal to an AES output in my audio interface. That's connected to the AES input of the Bricasti. The AES output of the Bricasti comes back to an AES input in my audio interface and becomes the input of the aux channel. It's a typical send-return loop. Let's bring up the plugin. Let's also watch the front panel of the M7 in my studio. I'd like to make the plugin a little bigger, so I'll click on the Zoom button. The first place to look is the area on the right, the system parameters. These are the system parameters that you already know on your M7. There is one additional parameter labeled Select MIDI Device. We have to let the plugin know which MIDI port is connected to this M7. When we click on the button, we'll see the available MIDI ports. There's the Studio M7. Remember, that's really just a name for the port. On Windows, you'll see the system's name for the port, just as you see for the other entries in this menu. So let's select our port. As soon as the port is selected, you should hear the relays click on your M7. That indicates that we have a positive MIDI connection. If you don't hear the click or see a flash on the lamps, you'll need to review your MIDI connection. The only other thing we need to do is select digital audio format since we're using AES. Of course, you can use analog connection if you prefer. That's all we need to do. You can adjust the other parameters if you need to. System parameters are stored with the session, so you shouldn't need to adjust them again. You can hide them or bring them back for additional adjustment. Let's leave them hidden. The next thing we want to do is review our presets. At Exponential Audio, we have the concept of keyword and preset. A keyword is like a bank, but more powerful, since you can list a preset under multiple keywords. For convenience, I've set it up just like the hardware M7. I can see a list of all keywords. Let's stay with Hall for a minute. We can see a list of all the Hall presets. When I select one, the plugin will change, and you'll see the M7's MIDI lamp flash. The display will also update. If I choose another keyword, you'll see the parameter list is updated. We don't have to use the mouse to load presets. We can use the right and left arrow keys on the keyboard. To change keywords, we can use the up and down arrows. This means we can sit back and audition presets without getting out of position. We can adjust parameters directly by moving the knob or by typing a value into the field. There's one additional parameter that's in the M7 but not shown in its parameter list. That's the algorithm select. The value is included in the Bricasti presets, but the only way to change it there is to load a preset based on that algorithm. With M7 Control, you can change the value directly. You may have noticed the Favorite button. Everybody has a few favorite presets that they rely on for whatever work they do. If you have a favorite preset selected, simply click on the Favorite button. You'll now see a new keyword called Favorites. This keyword shows all of the presets you've selected in one handy list. If I want to add more, I just click the button. You can now see the new items. If we want to remove a preset from the list, just click the Favorites button again. Now it's gone. You can place factory presets or user presets on the list, as many as you like. It doesn't change the preset at all. It simply places the preset on the list. Let's say you've made some adjustments and would like to save the settings as your own preset. That's easy too. Hit the Store button and name the preset. You can keep the new preset under an existing keyword, or you can make your own keyword. You can use multiple keywords and the preset will appear on any of the lists that you've specified. Save it. You'll now see the user keyword that shows all of the presets you've created. You'll also see individual keywords that you've invented. Right now, there's only the one preset that we made. User presets are not stored on the Model 7 at all. They remain in the plugin and can be used in any workstation program. They can also be exported to other systems. You may have user presets or registers on your Bricasti that you'd like to import into the plugin. That's easily done if you have the Bricasti's MIDI out connected to your computer. I'll load a user preset into the M7. I know that Barge Hall is not a very interesting name. Then I just press the Edit key and hold it until the LED blinks. The plugin will receive the data and automatically go to the store page. Your name is already preloaded, so all you have to do is set the keywords that you like. Remember that we can use any keywords we like. Store, and that's all there is to it. This is the end of the demo. There's much more in the user guide, including techniques for importing, exporting, and sharing your presets. Thanks for watching.